All right, guys, welcome back to Full Circle with Joyce. Thank you again for your company. I'm here with Robert Burale, aka The Coach, and we're in our man cave discussion talking about good men. Do they exist? What does a good man look like? Are some of our expectations upon them unrealistic? He's here to help demystify all of this, as you guys also send in your questions to 22999 and also on Facebook at Switch TV Kenya. And indeed, I have some questions here, Robert. I mean, as people begin to really open up about some of the issues that they're facing. Someone here says, hey Joyce, me and my hubby have been married for 3 years now, and he started changing 3 days ago. We argued and he told me that he came into the marriage with his baggage because his dad died almost 10 years ago. He says that he has not healed from that. How do we move on now? Because he's so defensive when you ask him a thing. And I think this is a great question, because I also think it's important for us women to hear, how do we create the sort of environment, understanding that there's this societal pressure and background family pressure. How do we create that environment for men to feel
In fact, I think that's a very, very lucky lady that the man has actually said, this is what I'm dealing with. Sometimes we just say we are okay, but evidently with a non-verbal communication, we seem not okay. But the fact that he has said that this is what I'm dealing with, what she needs to do is not to attack. Like, don't make statements like, you're a grown man, you got to move on. No, no, no. Just allow him to release that and say to him, you know what, I understand what you're going through. How would you like me to help? You understand? And if you may not agree with how he's doing it, don't say you're doing it the wrong way. You just tell my husband, I understand what you mean, but can we try it this other way? So you haven't put him down, but you've given him another solution. But the moment you tell him, grow up, I think you're doing the wrong thing, the man shuts off. And that's how a man will go and talk to the wrong woman, who I call the strange woman. So allow him, and then find out if he has one or two great friends, maybe your best couple if you had a wedding, and allow him to go and vent. Not you to go and speak to other people. Because the moment he feels that door of betrayal has been opened, then you have lost him completely. But allow him that space just to release. If he has to shed a tear, let him shed a tear. But men shed tears on the inside anyway. But if he has to come out, it's okay. Don't make him feel weak. Tell him you understand. You may not agree with this, the way he's trying to sort it out, but say, my husband, why don't we try this other way? Communication is very key. But don't make the man lose his kingly anointing with your words.
Because it sounds like the guy he didn't grieve his father.
He didn't.
He didn't deal with it.
Yes, yes.
And you can't, and at that point you can't come and now say, you know, it was 10 years ago.
The moment you do that, you have lost that man.
Absolutely.
And he will not talk to you about other things that are important in future, because he'll always remember how you handled him. Yes.
Well, someone here says, well, first of all, Patricia from Thika just wants to say hi to you.
Thank you, Patricia. Much appreciated.
All right. Yes. Someone else says, hey, Joyce, say hi to Robert.
Thank you.
For me, I have given up since the one who I thought was good beat me yesterday night because of a small issue which he said I had ignored him after requesting something. And she says in brackets, I was actually doing dishes, so I wanted to finish it first. Please, Burale, empower these men. We are told how to treat a man, but no one tells men how to treat a lady. That's someone watching us from Nyeri.
Okay. I mean, where there's physical abuse, I never advise anybody to stay.
This is even the first time, because she says this is the first time he's done it. You know, should we give men a grace period?
No. Physical abuse is dangerous because it starts with a blow, with a slap, then a blow, and then a stab, and then a coffin. It's as simple as that. Get help. If you're married, get help. And I'm not embarrassed to say this, and I'll say this on national television, is that if you're married and there's physical abuse, I'm not saying you divorce, but you can separate as you sort out issues. I know some pastors say, just stay, we'll pray. The same pastor 2 weeks later will be conducting your funeral. You can leave and let the man sort issues, get your family involved until such a time you feel comfortable. If it's a relationship, no one dies for moving on to another relationship. Leave toxic relationships. There are also men who are beaten.
That's true.
And if a man is being beaten, that's the same woman who will pour acid on you when you're asleep.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Violence cannot be condoned in any shape or form. Someone else here says, hey Joyce, for me, I grew up with an abusive father. It made me hate men since my mom was a good wife to him. But I thank God right now I have a good man in my life. Then I would love to nominate my mom for a makeover, since I want to do something nice for her, because she went through a lot for us. Thank you very much for that. Wow, lots of people are sharing their stories now. Karimi from Kitengela is asking, how do you make your man open up to you?
By being the safe space. Simple as that. You cannot tell him, just being the safe space. Could be sitting somewhere and you can tell he's going through some hell and high water. Don't insist. Just be there. If you want silence as you watch TV, be his company. If you want just to talk and laugh, laugh with him. And yet you know, because women have like 55,000 senses. You know there's something wrong, but just allow him to go through the motions. There's silence. Okay, we'll watch TV together. Okay, you want to laugh? I'm going to laugh with you. You want to play with the kids? Let's play. And then he starts feeling safe. He's gauging you. And then when he says, okay, I want to talk, please don't say you're busy. Listen to him.
By the way, if a man says, I need to talk, like, drop everything.
Because that could be the...
Let your chicken dinner burn.
That could be the one time in 10 years that we will speak. And as long as a man feels he wants to speak, you will save a whole nation.
Wow.
Yes.
So 2 tips there then is, number 1, be that safe space, which means don't be the one nagging it. Like, sasa ni nini?
Yes. Why you moody? Exactly.
Don't do that.
Because the moment you do that, a strange woman will offer him a lap. Let me tell you, if you look at the Bible, Samson, women is not about hips. You know why? The women of Israel had the same hips. But Delilah gave him the lap, which is comfort, massaged his head, authority. And guess what? The man told God, the secret I have with you, I'm sorry, I'm going to talk to this woman. There's some good tips from Delilah.
Absolutely. All right. Someone here says, hey, Joyce, my husband doesn't talk to me, but I know of this woman who he talks to, and I've talked to her, and she said she'll stop, but they're at it again. What should I do? Ooh, this is...
No, for that one, she needs to have a discussion with the husband, because that will lead, you know, it starts emotionally, and then it will get physically. If you're married, honestly, be the safe space. And I'm not saying that if your husbands talk to other women, it means the wives are not the safe space. Some men are just doing the wrong thing, to be honest with you. You know, they get excited with a strange woman. So I think this is the time. Don't even waste your time with a woman. By the time the woman was talking to your husband, she knew it was your husband. So it's like telling a thief, don't steal. No. Deal with the man. Yes. And if you don't, it's going to get physical. Yes.
And especially because of what you're saying, like, you know, a man may open up once in 10 years. So that emotional cheating for a guy, like this opening up to that other woman, like is so powerful.
It's one of the most powerful things. Let me tell every woman today, when your man finds comfort in another woman, even if they have not slept together, that is so powerful, negatively so. So you just need to talk to your husband, because you're talking to the woman, you're stabbing the wrong person. Talk to your husband, face it and say, this has to stop. There comes a time as a woman, you have to put your foot down, because you're saving your relationship, you're saving your marriage, and you're saving your generation.
Wow. Hey, okay. Let me get to some more questions here then. Hey, Joyce. Okay, there's a lot of questions about men keeping things to themselves, and he says he's okay when it's clear he's disturbed. Again, is this just about back off?
Yes. But when you see it getting too much, please talk. Just try and use your grace as a woman. You know, my husband, you know, I love you. And whatever you're going through, I'm willing to listen. Because if you also wait for too long, you may get a suicide note in the evening.
Someone here saying, I've been in marriage for 3 years and I haven't understood the man I love so much. Very secretive, and when confronted, like, they just wanna lipuka. So this secretiveness, what is that?
They don't want to show their vulnerability sometimes. Sometimes maybe it's just a person who's doing some crazy things they don't want you to know, but it's vulnerability. Can I trust you, you know? And I'm glad she says, the man I love, stick it out, you know? Don't walk away. Some of us, we lost marriages very early, and I want to tell everybody, it's the worst thing. Divorce is like a death. Stick it out. If you move out, you'll get another man who will be more secretive than Mossad. So you should just better the devil, you know.
Oh dear. Than Mossad. All right. Hey Joyce, say hi to Robert. For me, my husband started abusing me physically and verbally. It started immediately after our wedding. That is, anyway.
Wow.
And he says he once told me that he always gets that way because of his bad childhood experience. He's really bitter about it. Please advise, because I don't want my marriage to fail.
Okay. Now, if we did that as soon as they got married, I can bet my bottom dollar the telltale signs were there. But the problem with love, when the red flags are up, they look purple because of love. If he did it as soon as they got married, if she thinks back, the telltale signs were there. And no man, or woman for that matter, should physically abuse somebody and justify it by saying, this is how I grew up.
Yeah.
The man is over 18, you must master your emotions. What I'd advise, if it's still going on, yes, you don't want to lose your marriage, but in that you lose your life if you're not careful. You'll get permanently damaged. So you can't separate. If you see it getting worse by the day, you can separate, not divorce. Separate. Bring your families together. Bring your religious leaders. Bring counselors, professionals, because you will save your marriage, but your coffin is being prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone else here is bringing out another side of an issue, which goes back to fatherhood. And I think a lot of us have seen on social media, you have a very close relationship with your own daughter.
The most beautiful girl in Eastern Central Africa.
Ish, sawa, coach, sawa, tumesikia. You're like waiting, you're waiting.
I'm telling you, that was a punchline.
But someone here says, hey Joyce, please tell Burale to help me because I come from a single parent family. And while growing up, my father, who happens to be very influential in the neighborhood, was very successful, and being the chief then, again, very influential. He had connections all over, and she says to cut this, or he or she says to cut the story short, he was to help her get employed at a certain company, but he left the papers in one of the hotels and then continued lying that he had actually delivered the papers to the MD. And she's saying, I hate him with a passion because he secured employment for so many other people. And obviously, you know, they'd say, I'm the man's child.
Right.
Like, you'd think there'd be a priority there. So I want you to talk about people, because there's a lot of people who are dealing with various daddy issues, and it translates into everything else.
Right.
Their workplace, their relationships, marriages, even their own children.
I think the first thing is to forgive your father, because not forgiving is like drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die.
Yeah.
You understand? And if it's not happening, if she's of she can get a job, it means she's of good age. Just tell her to try and get jobs by herself or use other people, because this disappointment will hurt her and have far-reaching repercussions going on forward. So what she needs to do is meet the father, tell the father, listen, Dad, I know you forgot this thing somewhere, because maybe the father is like, oh my goodness, I forgot these things, I don't want to disappoint my son or my daughter. So just face and say, Dad, it's okay, I know you forgot, there's too much pressure, that's why you have to tell me you gave it and you didn't. I forgive you, but please next time just be honest with me. It's as simple as that. It will heal the man, it will heal him or her, whoever that is. Yes.
I want us to talk about cheating, because there's two SMSs here which say this. Hey Joyce, watching from KBU, some men say if he cheats on you, you know, you'll never find out because he loves and respects you. And so it's almost like by not finding out, or him not rubbing it in your face, it's some awkward symbol of love and respect. And then another says, kindly ask him what to do because my husband has a strange woman who is pregnant and we did a holy wedding. So men and cheating, the whole sponsor culture, the whole polygamy, I feel like it's not like back in the day where now you formally marry and bring them into your homestead. But, you know, we see guys with openly, like multiple women. And a lot of women are frustrated about this, Robert.
I blame both men and women, because the man is cheating with another woman.
That's right.
So women have become also the worst enemies. And I'll tell the lady something right now. The chances are very high that if your man is cheating on you, look at your 4 closest friends.
Ouch.
Yes. I tell you that without batting an eyelid or without fear of contradiction. The person who is most dangerous is the one you trust, is the one you run to and say, these are the issues I'm going through, is the one who befriends you to cover up what she's doing with your husband. Not always, but in most cases, yes. And I've had the privilege of speaking to many people who are like, I can't believe she did this to me. I can't believe he did this to me. I'm like, why? You just promoted a parking lot friend to your bedroom friend. So just know what to do. You understand? And sometimes women are your own worst enemies, because you go and advertise your husband for free to your friends. and men cheating, for somebody to say he loves and respects me, that's why he keeps it away from me. The fact that a man cheats on you, does not love you, does not respect you. There comes a time you have to put your foot down. In this day and age, there are diseases. And the worst thing is you're working with your husband or your wife, and the people who are sleeping with you are there saying, oh, you look good together. That is mockery of the highest level. Protect your home. The moment you bring in 2, 3 other people, you're in a coalition government.
This coalition government thing seems to be a lot, because now there's a lot of questions coming in about cheating, other women getting pregnant. I'm just going to read 3 of them and then you'll respond collectively. Hey Joyce, I found my husband of 3 years in bed with another woman last night. Oh dear. Okay. He got really mad and akanichapa. What? We have an 8-month-old, and as at now I'm lost and don't know what to do. Please help. That's one SMS. Another says, hey Joyce, my husband cheated on me, but I acted as if I knew nothing, and he broke up with the girl. But she's already pregnant and they're communicating, and I'm afraid of them getting together. What should I do? Another says, what if a lady claims herself with a matter of jealousy, that you have gotten another wife there behind? How can I convince her in order to live our normal way of life? So maybe he's saying that his wife is suspicious of him, that he has another wife. How can he convince her so that they can live their normal life?
Number one, the one who said that the husband was cheating and she acted as if nothing was happening, that is somebody who does not value herself. You cannot condone somebody's misbehavior by trying to act like nothing happened. Something happened. And oh, I'm scared because she's pregnant. The fact that you acted like nothing happened, you allowed that to go on. You understand? When you don't deal with the snake, you'll deal with the dragon at the end. So she needs to deal with the issue. The one who found the husband cheating and was physically abused needs to leave and sort those issues. Take your
how rude. Like she found him in bed.
Take your 8-month-old baby and go home until you sort those issues out, because even these kids, as much as they're that young, the toxic environment affects them going forward.
Oh my gosh. Coach, I still have so many questions to get to. Unfortunately, my time is also running out. And I don't want to let you go before telling us about the men's conference that's happening tomorrow. This is the 2nd year you're doing it.
This is the 2nd year of doing it.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. We do have the men's conference tomorrow. The theme is Reclaim and Heal. The men's conference is not for perfect men. Unfortunately, perfect people will not be allowed. And it's not a conference to bring men to bash women and these women are too hard, women empowerment. No. It is a conference to accept where we have gone wrong as husbands, as brothers, and as fathers. And then we start healing ourselves. We want young men to come and we'll tell them these are the mistakes we did, so that don't walk that direction. And we want just to have a healing for the men who have daddy issues. They didn't grow up with their father. There'll be older men telling them, come and give your father's hug. Let healing start, so that when you go back to society, we'll be better husbands, better brothers, and better fathers. But we must accept. But the truth of the matter, we're not leaving any man behind. If 1,000 live and 1 dies, the 1,000 have failed. Yes. So it's tomorrow at Nairobi Cinema, 9 a.m. till 1 p.m.
Tickets?
will be done. 1,000 shillings.
And they can buy them also.
You can buy the entrance, but we may give just a few people who love your show.
There was someone here actually who was saying, please ask the coach to give me a ticket for men's conference tomorrow. So I don't know. You can tell me how generous you're feeling.
10 tickets.
Wow. 10 tickets. That's like 10,000 bob worth of tickets.
Change a man, you change the society.
You know what I'm going to do? I feel like when I go on break, I'm going to give you the iPad so that you can actually select a few of them yourself.
That's fine. That's fine. And the names will be at the entrance and they just come.
Yes. There you go. 10 tickets are going to go out to you, our audience members, courtesy of the coach here, Robert Burale. Asante sana for coming through to the show. Clearly, this is a conversation that needs to continue. We need each other at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And so we do appreciate you and value what you're doing. Na isi ile men's conference watu wanasemanga ile ya next week ya Valentine's Day.
No, you know,
this is a very
I've seen on social media people joking, oh, give us kibor. We're not here to joke around. If you want to go for those ones, this is not for men who just want this. Too much immaturity on social media. This for serious
things. Too much is at stake in real life.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Robert.
Thank you for having me.
All right, guys, we're going to go and break and